It's mob farm time.
Dragonborn!
Welcome back to the WitherCraft server, everyone. Just as the sun is setting behind our swampy area there. And yeah, there's no more waiting around. We need to get this mob farm up and running as soon as possible. Mainly for gunpowder, because this needs rockets. They obviously use gunpowder and sugarcane. The latter, which is much easier to collect. And I'll get onto that a bit later in the episode. But for now I want this mob farm because it's not only going to produce us a whole bunch of gunpowder, but also rotten flesh, which we'll be able to sell with any clerics that we happen to get in our village. And also we can smelt it into leather thanks to the Vanilla Tweaks crafting pack. On top of that, we also get a bunch of bones, which is useful for bone meal based farms, like tree farms, automatic tree farms. As well as string, which could be useful for dispenser crafting and wool crafting. Spider eyes, which is useful for, well, nothing really, because the only thing, at least I know of, that you ever use it for is alchemy, brewing, and no one does that, so basically useless. And then, what did you find?
Phantom membrane.
Ooh.
I'm killing phantoms.
Elytra repair gober.
I don't need literally repair. Remember, I have mending.
Yeah, I know, but phantom membrane.
And fun thing with netherite, they can hit me and hit me and hit me. I don't take a half heart of damage even.
Okay, well, while he's fighting phantoms, almost said phantom membranes, let's get this farm built up. King?
Yeah.
You're going to be deciding whether this episode goes on another 3 minutes or not. Am I doing this in time lapse, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, time lapse it is. Let's go. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. One fully functional, insanely painful to build mob farm. Word of advice, if you guys do build this design, light up each one of these platforms as you go to prevent monsters from spawning. Because when you have to go back to place all the water buckets, as you would have seen, well, there were a few creeper incidents, a few skeletons shooting me off. Basically a very unnecessary, very large hassle, but it is all done and working now. The final thing to do is build the AFK spot up at the top, And for that, I'm going to need a few more blocks because I don't just want to build, you know, a simple platform as is shown in the video. I actually want to use glass because glass is transparent. And I can't remember which update it was. I think it was 1.13, where the calculations by Minecraft on where to spawn mobs in a chunk were changed. So let me actually go home and sleep quick, and then I can show you more or less what I mean. So Minecraft is divided into chunks, and a chunk is a 16 by 16 block area. So something like what this border is enclosing. And if you don't know how to bring these borders up, you simply press F3 and G at the same time. Now, this chunk goes all the way from y equals 0, so the second coordinate there in the XYZ, all the way up to 256. And in the next update of Minecraft, they're planning to bring that up to 512. That is also the building height limit. Now, when Minecraft decides when and where to spawn a mob, it goes through each of these loaded chunks, and it checks things like the light level, and more importantly, what counts as a spawnable block. Now, most blocks in Minecraft, or these most common building blocks, are things like wood, cobblestone, sandstone, you know, all of those, count as valid building blocks, but what you get sometimes are called transparent blocks. So transparent blocks are things like glass, glowstone, upside down half slabs, etc., which act as blocks. You know, I can't necessarily walk through them, I can still see them, I can interact with them, but this doesn't actually count as a spawnable block anymore. So why is that useful to know? Well, for example, on this entire hill within this chunk, the grass doesn't count. Every block in here is a spawnable block, and since the chunk is 16 by 16, that means that there are currently 256 blocks just up here on the overworld where a mob can spawn. Now, going into spectator mode reveals to us that there is a little bit of a mine shaft under here, which also consists of some spawnable blocks. Now, rails do count, which means that they actually interfere with those blocks being spawnable, so every block where there's a rail, mobs cannot spawn. However, the rest of the stone is still a valid space. The stone in here is a valid space. As you can see, there's a creeper on one right now. And over here in the mine, everything here is a spawnable space except for bedrock for some reason. Now that means that in addition to the 256 blocks up there at the very top, there are a whole bunch more blocks down here where mobs could potentially spawn. Obviously, they can't spawn anywhere in these walls because then they would just suffocate, and I'm not going to demonstrate that. And so what part of the calculation that Minecraft goes through is something called the height map. Now, the height map basically says how many blocks within this chunk vertically are considered spawnable, and then it makes a choice based on, like I say, things like lighting, distance from player, etc., which of those blocks to actually spawn a mob on. Now, the 1.13 change that I was talking about is previously, if Minecraft picked up transparent blocks within a chunk, it wouldn't actually take those into consideration for the height map part of the calculation, which meant that you could place glass over farms like this and over slime farms and really any farm that required mobs to spawn in dark areas, and it wouldn't affect rates at all. However, since then, and again I believe it's Ilmango that found this out, but don't quote me on that, I don't want to give credit to the wrong person, but I also want to give credit where it's due. Basically, the conclusion was that glass and any other block, any block now within the height map calculation for a chunk itself, gets counted as part. So these leaves here, for example, they're non-spawnable transparent blocks, but they still get calculated as part of the height map. So when Minecraft decides to spawn a mob in this chunk, it takes these leaves into consideration. Now that means that mobs don't spawn as often as they otherwise would in a clean environment like this one. And much goes the same for the mob farm over there. Now this kind of hits us with a blank spot, because for most farms that are AFKable like this one, you need some sort of safety bunker up somewhere above it, and it is going to affect the rates a little bit, because now you have these blocks there that, even though they're non-spawnable and transparent, they still get counted into the calculations. However, the good news is that the rates aren't that high. Again, I believe it's about 4% that it gets reduced by, which is why so many times you'll see people putting their AFK spots next to their farms and in the next chunk even, just to add that little bit of efficiency. But for the server that we're playing on, you know, 4 players, again, that reduction in efficiency means essentially nothing. Plus, this thing already produces 10,500 items per hour. I think we're going to be safe. Anyway, that's just something that I wanted to mention for sake of interest. I now have to travel upwards and actually build the AFK spot itself. So here is the center of the farm. So I want the AFK bunker to be over this block. So I'm going to start here, and then just remember to face backwards, and I've got myself everything that I need for the AFK bunker, and now we can start building. So I'm going to finish up this dirt, basically, and by the time we get to the top, we'll be at the correct height for the AFK spot. And here we are, 92 blocks up. Like I said, this here is going to be the center, because that's directly over the center of the farm. And so now I just want to create a small AFK platform for us. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, and doesn't have to be anything spacious by any means, but just as long as there are no spawnable blocks up here, we're going to be fine. And with that, AFK bunker is built. Now, one thing I do want to do before I forget to do that is, because there's a so eye up in the sky, where we're going to access this is by Elytra. So, and I want to just build a... That was not clever. I could have fallen off there. I just want to build a little bit of a pad out here that we get to land on. Again, this should all be in the same chunk. Yeah. So whatever calculations we're going to have are not going to be much affected by this. And since they're unspawnable, it's not that bad anyway. Also, someone please remind me to put a light in that build, because I know I'm going to forget. And there we go. We're back safely on the roof of the farm. And I'm actually going to give this thing a little tester. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to fly off. And hope like hell that I built it correctly. And all the redstone timings and whatnot. And then this is where this pad is going to come in useful. There we go, can just land on it. We can maybe expand this to the side by a block. And there is our AFK bunker, looking very cozy and snug. And just wanted to mention that the reason that I filled everything with glass and made sure that there were no, funny edges like this where one edge is missing, is mainly because of phantoms. That's also why I added a full-fledged roof and basically made this an entire room on itself. Because if a phantom gets you up here, well... yeah, cheers, good luck getting your items back. And also, it turns out that if you're standing up against a corner like this by accident, and those glass blocks in the corner weren't there, a phantom could theoretically attack you through this corner line here. I'm going to go AFK here and we can see what we can get. No idea how long I'm going to go for, but it should hopefully be long enough to get us a decent amount of rockets and gunpowder for something else very fun. Right, well I have no idea how long that was, but I'm going to say at least an hour. Probably more, but at least an hour. What the what? Oh, no wonder! Why? Why is there water? It's like everything just died at once. And for some reason there still is water hovering over the campfire. What is going on here? I'm a little bit confused. Ah, found the culprit. Guess what? It was another creeper whose explosion I forgot to repair. Okay, well that meant that they were all just gathering up here.
Hello there.
Sucker cactus creeper, you can't blow up anything in water. Suffice to say, creepers are a pain. So this is a pretty horrible AFK session, but this is not the farm's fault. That is a creeper's fault. Now, if not for the farm itself, or the mob farm, the melon and pumpkin farm has also been working while I've been here, just chilling in AFK. And it's produced a fair amount of melons and pumpkins, especially in what seems to be this chest, and this chest. And thanks, Rain. What I was going to say is we can now take all of these melons with us, craft them up into melon blocks, and go and trade them with our farmers. These are the ones who accept melon blocks as a trade, which I don't think is many. But that's why we bought this thing, and so I'm going to use it. Now, on the topic of farmers, I didn't actually show you guys this, but for one, like I said at the end of last episode, I got the rest of the villagers in, and there are some really awesome trades here, which I'll get onto in a moment. But I asked Crinkly to build us some barns for the farmer villagers that I want to put in, and he found a design online. I'm not sure whose, so I can't link it, but you have to check his video for that. But basically, it's a barn that is also a villager trading hall. Now, this kind of defeats the purpose of what I wanted. You know, I initially wanted a bunch of barns and to avoid the whole trading hall concept, but this is fine. This will work. And a few of these guys, okay, he's got pumpkins as well, I need to remember that, but a few of these guys, like this one, have emeralds, melons for emeralds. And we can utilize them, melons, I'll get from the farm. Hello, zombie. Ow. Screw you. Ow! And I'm on fire, thank you. Jeez. And I can use the melons and pumpkins from that farm, come and trade with these guys, and then use those emeralds on the expert farmers eventually. Sorry, not the experts, the masters, to then buy golden carrots. There you go. And that is our food sorted for life. And in the village itself, first villager we have here is Mending, and I've got Mending, because of him, on absolutely everything. Obviously not you because you have Infinity, and my Fortune Shovel that's in my Ender chest also doesn't have Mending. But he sells it for 18 emeralds, along with Fire Aspect 2 for 21 emeralds, so that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And this guy sells Silk Touch for 12 emeralds, and Riptide 3 for 11 emeralds. Riptide wasn't on the list, but it is definitely a useful enchantment to have. And we have 2 other villagers that sell Riptide 1 and Riptide 2 as well. So we have all the levels of Riptide, if we ever need it. Over here we have Mr. Sharpness 5 for 28 emeralds. And over here we have Mr. Unbreaking 3. Here we have Infinity for a very cheap 5 emeralds, which is amazing. And again, that's something I want to get onto a little bit later. And here we have Blast Protection 4 for 24 emeralds and Power 5 for a mere 19 emeralds. This one, Fortune 3. This side of the village hasn't really been leveled up much, so they're still very generic, level 1 trades. Looting 3 over there, Flame there, Feather Falling 4, Punch 2, and Depth Strider 3. And then there's this special fellow, who continuously impressed. He started off by being a Knockback 2 villager, and then gave us Aqua Infinity on, I think, his 2nd or 3rd book. For the same price that the Aqua Infinity villager in that house originally had. That's why I swapped him out for a new one with other trades. And then he gave us Thorns 3. Now, the Thorns 3 villager used to live, I think, in that small hut at the very back of the one that has Depth Strider. And he sold it for 29 emeralds, which, yes, it's cheaper, but since this one already has it and it's only 5 emeralds more, I thought it wouldn't be such a biggie, since also you use Thorns maybe once, and that's on your chestplate or your leggings. It's not something that you buy over and over again, like Mending. Plus, again, the same kill 3 birds with 1 stone, and that's not such a major difference. Now, what I was talking about with the Infinity books over there is I traded a whole bunch of them, A, because they're so cheap, B, to level up the villager, and I came here to create... Oh, we made one. Yay! I came here to create this little miniature stall that really is just going to sell whatever I have spare of or left over of. Now, yes, I did realize halfway through building it that selling these books that I grinded out literally for the purpose of leveling up and not actually going to ever use, it's kind of pointless, because people can just as well go to the village and grind out the emeralds on their own. But I figured, you know what, if I price them reasonably well, maybe it's easier for someone to just stop by and buy it instead of, going all the way to the village and grinding out emeralds first and whatnot. I also thought I'd sell the copper blocks that I had, as well as a bunch of lanterns that I got again from leveling up the villagers. And then this diamond pickaxe, which is, mouse, which is, mediocre. I found it again while end busting. And I did say 5 diamonds because Unbreaking 3 Efficiency 3 isn't terrible. It's not the best by any means, but it's an enchanted diamond pickaxe. A diamond pickaxe on its own would be 3 diamonds, so Eho, extra 2 diamonds. And we seem to have made a diamond from the lanterns, which is pretty cool. And then it seems that the fortune shopper has also since made 5 diamonds for us. Now, I think that's the only 5 diamonds this thing will ever make, because since then Midnight and Crinkly have both gotten Fortune 3 pickaxes of their own. So my only customer is going to be the person who plays the least on the server, so I think this shop can, well, say goodbye. But it made us 5 diamonds, and I don't know if 5 diamonds is what I was hoping to make, having spent all that time building it. But it's better than 0, and I definitely didn't expect this stall to make anything for that matter. So we'll go add these. Oh wait, I moved all my stuff around, I keep forgetting. Go add these to my diamond pile. And then, one final addition to it can be made. 43 diamonds in my shinies box. Fantastic, that can go back here. And then, do you guys remember a few episodes ago when I left off and I said I was going to go enjoy a mining session with Midnight? Well, where's it? Where's it? Oh, there it is. Suffice to say, I brought back a lot of ores, a lot of diamonds in specific. We were mining for ages, ages, and I brought back over a stack of diamond ores. So we're gonna go and fortune those out now in the fortune shop in just a moment, if I can remember where to put all this stuff, and that should set us for life. All right, 16 deep slate diamonds and a stack and 3 regular diamond ores. And my hotbar is entirely full, so I won't see however many I'm getting until the end of all this. And last few being mined out. Here we go. Right, you go. But I forgot that it shows your inventory when you open a chest, but what? What? Okay. I'm gonna put those one side. I'm gonna mine out the rest of these that I didn't get more mined up. But that is the 3 stacks of diamonds. Holy moly. We're set for the rest of the season. Ores and whatnot aside, 2 other new things have popped up here. The one being this shop just next to mine. This is Crinkly's new wool shop, which is, I'll show you the farms for it later. Basically, welcome to the wool shop, and we can leave a review. Midnight has already left a review. Currently, it's out of stock. Crinkly said he's going to stock them now. And in between episodes, I also built this beast. Sugarcane farm, lossless design by Tango Tech. Quote unquote lossless. Sometimes sugarcane falls off the sides. I'm not sure why or how to stop that. And by all logic and reason, they shouldn't fall out the sides, but this is Minecraft, not Cyberpunk. Problem is, it doesn't always run. Except that these are the spawn chunks, but it doesn't run despite being built inside the spawn chunks. Which is kind of disappointing, because I was really hoping that it would constantly run. I kind of need a sugarcane shop, and I can't have a sugarcane shop if the sugarcane farm doesn't work. So I'm going to move this over to the farming district as well, because right now I just sort of dig myself into the ground over here and go AFK for a while. And because of that, I actually got a bunch of paper on me that I'm going to combine with the gunpowder drops from the mob farm and get myself a bunch of rockets before I go in busting again. But I do need to move that sugarcane farm. And again, that's something I'll do off camera because it's boring. Nobody wants to see it. In the meantime, I did actually remember one of the other things that I wanted to do this episode. And that is get ourselves up onto the end roof. So I've been AFK over at the farm again. I got myself 4 stacks of sand before coming here. And I sincerely hope that this thing has worked this time. What on earth is going on? It's like it's just not working. Well, I took what little gunpowder we had. It was enough to get me 2 TNT. And an extra 6 rockets, which isn't terrible. And I know I do have some TNT still left over from when I looted the desert temple. So we're gonna have... Okay, I know you need 2 TNT per try to break the bedrock on the nether roof. So 2 plus 9, 11, minus 1, 10. We're gonna have 5 tries at this. 5 tries is a decent amount. Usually supposed to work within the first few. But I definitely want to gather myself some obsidian first in case I get trapped up there. So that I actually have a way back. Because I don't feel like with someone else coming up there and then, you know, them forgetting the TNT or something stupid. So I've got everything I need. Oh, no I don't. I need trapdoors. Excuse me, could you, not be here? How do you remove a piglin? Ooh, wait, I know how to remove a piglin. That's your own bloody fault. Stay down there. Right, so there's the targeted block, 127. You can see on the right there where it says targeted block. That's the one we're looking for. That's the one we're going to need to get up to. Jeez, like, everyone's in this tunnel all of a sudden. Guys, what I'm doing is not that interesting, especially for piglins. But okay, you can join your friend if you so wish. You also, get in the hole. Get in the piglin hole. Right, now for the moment of truth, whether I can actually get up onto the roof or not. In theory, aiming right there. Should... Nope. Okay. And there. Oh! Yes! There we go! That's the block. Okay, we're on the nether roof in just 2 tries. Right, I'm going to mark that block with a torch. Actually, the person needs to come on this block. That's the block we want to break. Right, contraption is in place. Blast protection, don't fail me now. And one last thing I'm just going to do quick is change my... Is it place? Yeah, it's place block. T is already in use. What is T in use? Oh. I'm an idiot. It's chat. Okay, we'll change that to R. Okay, and then if I use R, yeah, that's that does everything that that my left click usually would do. Okay, moment of truth time. I need to come here, flick the lever, run over to this side, and place the piston in the corner of the obsidian. See if we can do this first try. Come on, and... Ooh! I think it worked. The obsidian is supposed to face upwards. Please? Yes! Oh, right. Wrong block, guys. Okay, so it turns out I was supposed to break the block next to that block. Yeah, checking tape is always useful. Anyway, why can't I place a piston there? Why can't I place a piston in this area? Uh-oh. What? Oh! Oh my god! I set my brake to... Oh! Sometimes I'm a genius. Sometimes I am the stupidest person alive. My places are. Okay. I was very panicked for a second there. We know this thing works. That's really good. Now there'll be a link to the tutorial in the description. It's by A13X FPS. I believe it's supposed to spell Alex, but don't quote me on that again. And it's worked first try. It has worked first try, so very, very good tutorial. I'm gonna have to use it twice now, purely by accident. No, I'm just kidding, Alex. It's because I really like the tutorial that I'm gonna use it twice now, so yay. Okay, let's do this again. So flick and get here and corner of obsidian. I think that one worked as well. Oh yeah, we're on the nether roof, baby. Now the first thing that I would always suggest doing once you reach the nether roof, at least for me, this is the thing that makes the most logical sense, is to take all your portals from whatever nether hub you have going downstairs and just bring them up here. That's why I never bother building nether hubs, because I can just do it on the roof where it's safer and easier. There's no lava to kill you, there's no piglins to kill you, there's no ghast to destroy your portals. Just take down all of their coordinates and rebuild them exactly block for block up here, link them, and boom, you've got a brand new nether hub on nether roof. And the reason I suggest moving them all is so that, because you can always go back down to the nether, like I'm doing here, you know, I can just take away, which side is it? Which side is it? Oh, it's down here. Okay. So again, I can just take away these blocks, and I have access to the rest of the nether now. If I want to go mining for, say, ancient debris or something, you know, I always can go back, but it's not so easy to get from down here up to the nether roof each time you want to use it, and it's definitely not so easy to get back from the nether roof back downstairs if your only exit up here is a single portal. Anyway, I'm going to get to actually transferring all the portals up here. People are going to get a surprise when they come back on the server and just find that, hey, my portal takes me upstairs now. Fantastic. Finally got it!
I see.
Suck it, Ghast! Those are awesome. Okay, let me get back to moving the
Discord
portals.
just decided not to work there. It was like, when you screamed like that, it was just silent, and then, ah! And the last bit of you screaming, I was like, Discord was like, no.
Sorry, but you don't know how long I've been trying to get that achievement. Every time my bow either lands up killing the ghast before its fireball can,
Oh, damn.
or I just keep shooting the fireball past it. So that was, well, satisfying is an understatement.
So that is quite an achievement you always want to.
Yeah.
I got Feather Falling 4. I'm gonna jump off this mountain and see if I die.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't die. I lost half of my hearts. That's excellent. I'm so happy.
Do it. I shouldn't.
And with these few slabs going in, that concludes what I hope is every portal that we've currently built. This is Midnight King's base, who is surprisingly close to the end portal. And then if we fly off in this direction just a little bit, you start to see there's the farming district portal, spawn portal, trading center portal, and the skeleton farm portal. The first thing I need to attend to is this little package here in my base. A gift from Crinkle. P.S. It's not a lot. Melon slice, of which we have plenty, so that's great. Jungle sapling, which is going to be helpful, as well as the bamboo. Now, the bamboo, I'm going to turn into a bamboo farm, but I can only do that once we have ourselves a proper slime farm going, because that obviously uses flying machines. So the jungle sapling, we can use that to get jungle wood, which you can then use to make cocoa bean farms, which you can use for brown dye and cookies, and that's about it. You know what? Do you know what I think jungle saplings are best suited for, Crinkly?
What could that be?
Browsers. Because you use jungle saplings to make... Well, you use jungle wood from the jungle saplings to make a cocoa bean farm. You use cocoa bean farm to make cookies, and then browsers go, ooh, cookies, cookies, cookies! Can I have some cobblestone for this farm?
Sure.
Thank you.
Grab as much as you need.
Oh.
You can grab anything from my from my chest.
Smooth stone,
You don't even
actually.
have to ask, really.
A few moments later.
Ooh, I can grab anything you say.
No, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. No. I meant like in the bulk storage you can grab anything.
Alright, that should be everything needed for this farm. Special thanks to Crinkly for gathering up most of it. What we're going to be doing, guys, is building a hoglin farm. For those of you who let me try that again. For those of you who don't know, hoglins are one of the new mobs introduced in Minecraft 1.16. They're basically the pigs of the nether, and as such they drop pork chops when they are killed, or in this farm's case, cooked pork chops. So basically this will be an infinite food farm for a food that is really, really good, much better than any chicken, for an automatic chicken farm that we can get. The only downside to the farm, you have to AFK edit, but it's not like a cow farm where you have to actively sit and breed the cows and have a whole separate wheat farm working for you, blah 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 blah. Nope, we basically go AFK, come back a few minutes later, and boom, food sorted. I'm at 220, negative 110-ish. Around here is in the Crimson Forest, and if I go into spectator mode, I can see that the Crimson Forest lies directly beneath us. That's important because hoglins spawn only in the Crimson Forest biome. So this is where we need to build our farm. Crinkly, please write down these coordinates because I know I'm going to forget them. And now that we are safely here, let's get into the second time-lapse of the day as we construct this farm. Let's go! And there we go, guys. In theory, this is the farm all done. Apparently, this also produces leather, which I did not know. Anyway, up there is my AFK spot. I don't know if anything is actually going to spawn because Crinkly is currently in the overworld. But let's go see anyway if this thing will work.
Later.
There's no hoglin spawning in that platform for some reason. The same thing happened with the mob farm, like nothing spawns. Why are these not working all of a sudden? Hey, 3 hoglins finally spawned.
I think it just takes its time.
That is weird, and he's very brave, Hoglin. What makes his farm work is that Hoglins are scared of warped fungus, and he just charged that warped fungus like a boss. But he should jump into
He was
the
like,
lava.
I'm facing my fears right now.
Yeah, but there he goes into the lava as well.
Oh,
Okay, so this does work, but why does it work so slowly?
How high are you right now?
Well, strange mechanics and missing mobs aside, I'm over here at Crinkly's sheep farm. Like I said, I would show you it. And he's basically got, I think, you have all 16 colors in here, right?
Yes, every single color of...
Right, and 8 sheep of every color. And I'm here to basically shear up some sheep. Like I said, he's going to turn this into a farm, but the thing that I'm using this for is a community project, and that's, like I say, things that we all sort of contribute towards, all help with, blah, 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 blah. B, he said I could, and C, his shop doesn't have any stock yet, so actually I'm following every single rule that I laid out, and I'm basically going to shear up some sheep, because I need a whole bunch of carpets for what I'm about to do next. What I am doing in the nether, I'm basically linking up all the portals with carpets, and done! All the roads are now connected, so there's Midnight's portal, there's the end portal, and if we simply follow this carpet, we will reach this junction here, which links the other 4 portals. So again, farming portal, spawn portal, trading village, and the skeleton farm. Now I figured, since I still have a stack and 45 wool after that, Crinkly, can I use that stack and 45?
Yeah, you can take the stack and 45 for 1 diamond.
For 1 diamond?
No, I'm just kidding. You can keep it, seeing that I don't have any stock yet in my...
Dude, I'll happily pay the 1 diamond. I'm gonna go netherite mining with this stuff. Okay, this seems like a good spot to start mining. Let's
Okay,
just
well.
head down to y = 12. Hi, lava!
Blade of Skyrim.
Yes.
Please repeat what you just told me about the whole netherite beacon thing.
You're mining it out on your own.
You dare challenge me, mortal.
Good luck. Anyway, people watching my side, we're on y = 12, so let's start blowing up some beds. And this is going to go very wrong, isn't it? Oh, no, that actually went perfectly well, but no ancient debris. No. This is netherite mining, not pixie land building. Something more appropriate. Well, I thought I'd just mine out a little bit on the sides on the way back and found some more. So we're bringing home 29 instead of whatever it was before. But that's, again, I'm not complaining about that. That's now a 1 to 2 ratio base. That's exactly a 1 to 2 ratio. I brought 58 beds and got 29 ancient debris. Albeit with a bit of mining, and this thing has suffered. I'm going back to the Enderman farm right now to repair it. But this is 7 netherite ingots plus 2 ancient debris left. Now on the way to this side, I actually nearly forgot. This is another thing I want to show you guys. So in Crinkly's latest episode, he showed him building an Enderman farm. I didn't contribute much. In fact, the only thing I did was throw some ender pearls until I got an endermite. But I contributed. I helped. Crinkly, you can vouch for me, I helped.
Yes, you did help.
But right here it is. And all the endermen basically fall down this chute and land on some ridiculous amount of health so that they're all one shot even with your fist. So what I then have to do is take my glass miner, put it in my left hand, and just go ham with my sword. And they will all drop their XP, and everything with mending on it will die.
How does something with mending die?
I am an idiot.
If you think about it,
Don't.
if you use a sword that has mending on it, all the EXP is like the lost souls of the mobs. So every time you kill a mob with a sword with mending on it, you're basically stealing its soul to repair your sword.
Sure.
Like you're trapping the souls inside the sword.
Crinkly, I have one question for you.
Yeah?
How high are you? Okay, smithing table, middle of base. I have my netherite scraps and gold bars, and I don't think it really matters how they go. Yeah, let's go whatever way. Now the question is, what am I making netherite? Well, the first thing, like I said, my pickaxe is definitely going to netherite. It always feels amazing to hold that. I think my fortune pickaxe should go to netherite. There it is. Yeah, I figured I might as well do my armor. Now, helmet, I still want respiration on, and it is much more expensive to enchant netherite gear than it is diamond gear. So I'm gonna wait on that, but leggings, netherite, boots, netherite, and I don't know if I can make this thing netherite. No, did not think so. Okay, so I'm going to have to either find a way to disconnect that or wait for my chest plate to break before I can make that netherite. Sucks. So in the meantime, okay, I'm going to save one of these bars for my helmet, which means that 2 of these lucky tools get to become netherite. Now my shovel I'm going to start using a fair amount when it comes to sand mining and whatnot. Realistically, I don't use the axe as much as I do my sword, and especially if I'm going to plan on building a tree farm soon, this will basically become redundant. So Mr. Dawnbreaker up here is now a netherite sword with Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 4, Knockback 2, Fire Aspect 2, and Mending. It is an absolute beast. And I'm kitted out in full-on netherite.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
So here we are in the nether, gathering these...
What just happened? Something happened.
Skeleton shot the wither skeleton, so the wither skeleton just turned around like Terminator was like,
I will kill you.
whack!
Oh my word.
Removed him. Anyway, looting 3 should help us get more of these guys' skulls faster, because that guy just dropped nothing, but that's the beauty of wither skeleton farming, I guess. So I'm going to be doing this for a while. Hopefully we can gather enough wither skeleton skulls to fight a wither. No, not that wither, that wither.
Start logging in right now.
I started a raid, I forgot that this breeder counts as a village.
Oh my word, okay.
Okay, well we're not going to be doing what I wanted to do, we're going to be fighting a raid, everyone.
2 remaining. 1 raider remaining.
Yeah, but then there's still 17 million vexes. Oh. Yes! Suck it!
Yes.
Suck it! Victory's mine!
Victory.
And all these vexes are hopefully gonna die. Yeah, they're getting gradually damaged and just falling apart. Alright,
Okay.
now we can get to find what we were actually trying to do this whole time. This chunk here, needs to go into chunk base, is a slime chunk. And we're going to dig it out all the way to bedrock level, y=6. So I will do all the technical
5.
parts.
Y=5 is
Six.
bedrock level.
Yes, but you have to
5.
dig it, you dig it to one above bedrock
Oh,
level.
okay. Never mind then. Y=6.
But yeah, I'll do all the technical bits off camera, because again, boring part. So for the final time this episode, enjoy this time lapse of us digging the slime chunk. Let's get to business. And there we have it, guys. One slime chunk all dug out. We'll be replacing the walls with the normal stone, just so it looks a bit cleaner. And also keeping this natural dirt pattern, so that it won't be, you know, dirt and then immediately lined to stone. They'll sort of integrate within one another. You look way too comfortable there.
No, I wasn't comfortable at all.
What are you doing? Oh, you're replacing the walls.
No.
I see. Okay, he's gonna get replaced in the walls. And like I said, between episodes, I will actually get the mechanisms in that make this farm actually tick. But for now, this is gonna be me signing off. Very tired and feeling rather proud. We got a lot of stuff done today. Cheerio, everyone.